Boy. All right, today's shir is sponsored by, when I first got to Chicago many years ago, I don't know, like almost 20 years ago, I just came out of Koil. I wanted to learn the real estate business from the bottom up. So I worked for my father-in-law's brother, who hired then a young electrician. His name was Bruce Spiro. And I worked as an electrician for a year and a half because I wanted to learn the business, the insides. And his son, Yitzi Spiro, is sponsoring today's shir for my wife because Reb Eli said if I don't sponsor L'Kavod with my wife, then I don't appreciate my wife. I do. Second sponsor today is Dr. Factor, Esther Bas Ari Dov, Shlomo Mendel ben Yitzchok, and Michal ben Yitzchok by Avi Factor in honor of my Eshes Chayil, Shani Rochel Bas Rivka. Yeah, we got it? Okay, Dr. Factor, Shkoyach. And Rabbi Moshe Hul is an ardent follower of Reb Eli's full daf shir. In honor of his birthday, Rabbi Hul, which takes place this week, his family are sponsoring a shir in appreciation of the Simchas HaChayim it has provided him. Wishing Daddy Zayda continued Arichos Yomim V'Shonim. Amen. We hope he continues to enjoy the shir through the cycle and many more in good health, with only nachas from all his grandchildren, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Kainahara. Two short emails. We have a lot to accomplish, but very special, short and special. Dear Reb Eli, I'm writing from Brazil. That's why it's special. Brazil. Have a tremendous hakaras hatoiv due to your shiurim with such clarity. Gives me and my chavrusa a real gishmak in learning and understanding the daf. Because of the difference, we are 6 hours behind Eretz Yisrael. It's hard to follow your live shiurim. So mainly I do the fantastic 8-minute daf and sometimes the whole daf. You have a gigantic schus. Timim Mizaki Sarabim Yeshakoyach Godol Cheski Rosenberg Milamet Tashbar Tinogisha Bisrabim. So Palu, Brazil. And then we have George. This is also a very special one. Hello, Raveli. Both came yesterday. My name is George Lazari. I live in Paris. From the beginning of the cycle, I hear your daily 8 minutes shir like a review of the previous daf before learning my daily daf with my friend Shirav. I hope you understand me. Many thanks for your great job. Bracha v'atzlocha. From George. How do you say? George? Something. Not George. George. It's spelled Georges. George. Something. Okay. Georges. No, not Georges. Rav Isai, we are holding on Daf Kuf Gimel Omid Beis towards the bottom. So, as a quick review, because we went through it so quickly, it was a pretty simple sugya though. If a person intends to write the word Shimon, Shin Mem Ayin Vav Nun, but he ends up writing Shin Mem, he's over on Ksiva. The problem is that when you write Shimon, you write Shin Mem. What kind of Mem? A regular Mem, an open Mem. And the word shame is with a closed mem. So why are you chayiv? Says the Gemara, they're the same. If you do a closed mem, and mem sofit, instead of a regular mem, you're yaitza in a Sefer Torah, so you're yaitza, you're chayiv on Shabbos as well. Then the Gemara brought this whole brayso, uchsaf tam. It has to be a ksiva tam. It has to be a complete ksiva. When you write a tefillah mezuzahs, you can't confuse a yud with a vav. In other words, don't make it long or short. A nun and a zayin, a pei and a tes, a chaf and a beis and a dal and a reish, all these things that look the same. Be very careful how you write it. And be careful, don't write a mem sofit instead of a regular mem. So the Brisa tells us that you cannot do one or the other. It's either, if you do one instead of the other, you're not yaitza, the Brisa says, ksiva tama. So that's a Brisa that's mechulik on what we said. Now, we're going to have a shita that says, like we said, that there's no difference between a mem sofit and a regular mem. You are yaitza and the mem. Says like this. Huda Amar, Kaitano de Sanyo, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira Omer. the famous psukim that everybody knows about Peh, because you say it every day on Sukkot, in Kriyas Torah, and they're all the same. Besides, there are 3 differences in the psukim. The 2nd day, the 6th day, and the 7th day, small variation. One, instead of unisochea, viniska, it says viniskehem. So there's an extra mem here. Instead of uniska, unisochea, extra yud. Instead of kimishpat, it says kimishpatam, extra mem. What does that spell? Mem yud. Mem is mayim. Mayim is a remez to nisoch hamayim. The issue is, now look at this mem, it's a closed mem. We're saying a word, mayim, with a closed mem. The Gemara thinks says, that doesn't think. It's a major raya that you could change it up. You could use a closed mem instead of an open mem. Says the Gemara, instead of bashish yunusocheha, extra yud. Viniska, unusocheha. Bashvi kimishpatam, instead of kimishpat. Harei mem yud mem, mayim. Mikan remez l'nisach mayim in Torah. Umid patuach vasoi sasam kasher. He made it closed because mayim starts with an open mem. Sasam nami. Therefore, the reverse also. Sasam asoi pasuach kasher. He wanted to write the word shem, shin mem, with a closed mem, but he did it with an open mem because he was writing Shimon. Also a good word. As the Gemara midami, what's the connection? Pasuach v'asoi sasum aloi k'malei. The mem sofit, the Gemara understands, was there from day one. You could write it, and that's how they wrote, with a mem sofit. They didn't even have that mem, the regular mem that we have. So you're upping it. When you go from a open mem to a closed mem, that's great. But in our case, we're doing the reverse. We're doing, instead of a closed mem, shin mem, shame, a closed mem, we're doing an open mem. That's a problem. Why is a closed mem better than an open mem? On top. Famous thing. Since the mem sofit and the mem is a circle, and you have to carve it out, the inside of it and the outside, so it was just hanging there, like one of those magnets in mid-air. It's an ace. What do you see? That they used a closed circle. If it was an open mem like we have, a regular mem in the middle of a word, it's not an ace. It's standing on the rest of the rock. But because there was a circle, it was an ace. But in our case, when it's supposed to be a closed mem and you made it an open mem, you're taking it down a step. Mechatesa, that's kosher. This is a Rosh Tevis for Mem Nun Tzadik Pei Chof. Soifim Amorum. Taisa says that the reason why we say it like this, we could say Mem Nun Pei Tzadik or Chof Mem Nun Pei Tzadik, but it says Menatzpach. Why? It's similar to the word Soifim, which means Nevi'im. The Nevi'im Amorum. The Nevi'im invented the mem that we have today, all these things, mem, nun, tzadik, pei, they invented it. Before that, it was something else. What was it, l'chayra? Mem sofit, nun sofit, tzadik sofit. That's what we had. How do I know that? Because in the luchas, we had a mem sofit. So it has to be that the rest were also all soifis. Call it any way you want. V'tizbre of oksiv, eila mitzvahs, this is it, nothing more. Shein hanavi rishoy lechadish dover me'ata. A navi has no permission to invent anything new. So how did they invent Menatzpach? Elo mehav avoi. If you look closely, it's almost Hashem's name. From Hashem it is. No, it's not darshaning. Elo mehav avoi meidaloi hava yidin. Hey be'emtza teva, hey be'soiva teva. Okay, Menatzpach existed, they just didn't know where to put it and how to use it. And people were using it all over the place any way they wanted. They could use a mem sofit in the middle of the word, open mem at the end of the word. There's no rhyme or reason. V'asu tzoifim takninu, and they said there is a difference. Anyway, the Gemara is saying here that there's no difference. there's no difference between a mem sofit and a regular one. So then you could write shame, the word shame, with an open mem, and you're chayiv. Bakati eila mitzvah sheina novi reshoy lechadish dovim ma'ato. How could a novi come and tell you no? A mem sofit goes at the end of the word, and that's not how Hakadosh Baruch Hu gave it. Hakadosh Baruch Hu gave it mixed up any way you want. Why are you changing things? Elo shechachum v'chazrum v'yizdum, and the sugya. In other words, oh, that thing is working. How's it going? It's not very strong, that blue, but okay. You could follow the Gemara if they're trying to do that. If you don't know where we're holding, like me sometimes, you look on the screen and it's where we're holding at any given time. We're trying. Naftali says it's very nice. State of the art base medrash. Trust me, I get highlighted. I get the emails afterwards. I got it. Yesterday we missed the word. Bekitzer. Elo shechechum v'chazim yizdum. So what happened? When Hakadosh Baruch Hu gave the Torah, there was a mem sofit and there was a middle mem. Somehow, somewhere, it needs explanation. How that happened, they forgot it. So, something I saw, I forgot where it was, somewhere over here on the page, that I think in the Rabbeinu Chananel, he says, Rabbeinu Chananel, that the Sofer knew it, they were the ones that were writing it, the rest of the tzibur forgot about it, and then somehow it got forgotten, the Nevi'im came and put it back. Guf Amar Rav Chizda. Mem v'samach shebelucho is b'nei soyoimdim. The mem and the samach were an ace. V'omar Rav Chizda ksav shebelucho is nikar mibifnim v'nikar mibachutz. They were carved out, all the words were carved out through and through the luchos, and therefore if you stood behind the luchos, you could read it backwards. Kigoin nevuv buvan. Right over here, this is where I started getting the feeling that I'm not going to understand anything on this daf, that it's all hoichin yanim, like there's a lot of kabbalah going on here. Instead of bringing a word from the luchos, brings the Gemara a word that has something maybe to do with the luchos, but it's not in the luchos. Give me a word, say anoichi. Kigoin anoichi. I'm doing anoichi and I can see it back. No, the Gemara says, Kigoin nevuv. Okay, what's the significance of this word? Taisus asked the question, it's not my question. I didn't even know why he asked to ask the question. It's it's related to the luchos because it goes through and through nevuv. Saru, Rahav, Bahar, they gave the luchos on a mountain. Saru, Varas. Okay.
It says here that you would read the word Nevuv, backwards.
Yeah. Nevuv, Buvam.
Both sides.
No, it's mirror image. Mirror image.
It looked straight.
No, that's what the Gemara says. You saw it mirror image.
That was the miracle. No, wasn't that the miracle that you reached out, you looked at it?
No, that was through and through, and it stood there as is. Maybe when we were in Cheder, we learned it like that. Not here.
Yes, no, not exactly mirror image. The letters were straight, but
So maybe that he's saying that's not mirror image. He's saying that it's the letters were straight. It was a straight nun, but it was in reverse. That's an ace. Because if you were to cut through and through, you would see it upside down. You'd see it reversed. The letters would be backwards. The words were in reverse, and there's some significance here. I don't know what. Amri Rabbanon Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Also, it didn't look the same. It said a different word. Instead of saying Bahar, it said Rahav. Not that the Luchas had that word, but it says, but you saw the letters straight. You saw Reish, Hey, Vez, not a backwards Reish that you're supposed to see. It was cut through and through. That's an ace. Says the Gemara. That's a Menachem Pshat. I like it. No, but it meant something. It meant something the other way. Amri Rabbanon Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Also, Dar Dikei Idna Lebei Midrasha. These children came to the Beis Medrash. Va'amru mile dafilu b'mei Yeshua benun lo itmar kivosayu. They said Torah that was unheard of. New chidushim g'dolim, that even in the time of Yeshua benun, says Rav Nisim going here on the bottom. Look over here. It says, Ma'isa haya b'yoyim sagir v'lo nichnesu chachamim lebeis avad. There's nobody in the Beis Medrash. Vayusham tinoikos, and the children showed up. Amru, let's act like Nevi'im. Let's start darshaning. I want you to ask me a kasha on this line right over here. V'yesh oimrim, Rebbe Lezer, Rebbe Yeshua, Rebbe Kiva hayu. These are the children when they were children. Rebbe Lezer, Yeshua, Rebbe Kiva. Karu aleim gam b'malol gam. Oh, what's your kasha? Oh, so Nachman is asking beautiful. That's what I asked. I was learning this with my chavrusa. I told my chavrusa, we can't be goyers Rebbe Kiva. He looked at me like I fell off the moon. Rav Nisim Gaon says Rebbe Kiva. So opened up Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi doesn't bring Rebbe Kiva. I had such hana. He looked at me like I was cuckoo. Not goyers. All of a sudden you become a bach. You take out a word. Now I'm not saying that I didn't look up the first thing. I wanted to look it up. I forgot to look it up. It says B'tchilas Bereshis de Rebbe Yishaya. So you have to look it maybe over there it does mention Rebbe Kiva. Anyway, it does say in the Yerushalmi that they followed these boys, whoever they were, and until they realized that these are going to be real g'daylim, like these are not just regular boys, Rebbe Lazar and Rebbe Yeshua at least. So they started darshaning, and here we have a whole Gemara going all the way down, a mess, until the bottom of the Amud, how these boys, these children darshaned, to the point where the Gemara darshans in their drasha. How do we understand it? And they ask a kasha, teretz. Says the Gemara, Aleph Beis. Listen to this. Aleph Beis. What's the beginning, the most important thing in life? Aleph Bina, learning Torah. I have this big old argument with Yehuda Freilich. Every time I find something like this in the Gemara, I point it out to him. Whether Chesed comes before Torah or Torah. I'm, of course, of the opinion Torah. Over here you see Aleph Beis. What's the first thing? Torah. Aleph Bina. Gimel Daled, Gimel Dalim. Then you do Chesed. Interestingly, there's no tefillah here in these drushes. Aleph Beis, Torah, then Chesed. My time of Pshuta Kari, the Gimel. Why is the Gimel? If you look at the Gimel right over here, its leg is pointing towards the Dalet. It's even upwards, kicking towards it. Why? You are supposed to chase Chesed. My time of Pshuta Kari, the Dalet, Legabi Gimel. If you look closely at the Dalet, its leg is pointing towards the Gimel. It's not straight. It juts out to the right, towards the Gimel. This is something that a lot of Shnarim are very makbid on. You have to make yourself available that he should give you tzedakah. Go knock on his door. Who? What about the Gabbai tzedakah? Oh, the guy collecting is Gabbai tzedakah? Gabbai tzedakahs. Oh, Givaldi, Gabbai tzedakah. Well, that guy that comes to you is a Gabbai tzedakah. The guy that gives out the chicken. But they're all Gabbai tzedakah? They all Gabbai tzedakah. By the way, I hope they're not watching those guys, but Reb Naftali gives out a nice amount to every single guy. They're not listening. Those guys, they don't stand English. They don't stand English. What are you talking about? He loves Gabbai tzedakah. He loves Gabbai tzedakah.
There's great food in Ellie's house.
My time, my
I could have asked the same kasha because he also, until when he was little, he didn't learn Torah either.
Yeah.
Ran away from his house. You can ask the same kasha on him.
What are you davening again? Vasikin somewhere. There's a line. Based tefillah, Vasikin. Look, he's giving it out. Umay taima mahadar ape, the dalis megimel. Why is the face of the dalit away, pointing away from the gimel? The litin le betzina. There's a much greater mitzvah of giving people betzina. The 5 shekel he gives each guy tzedakah is what people know about. The tzina, forget about it. Now, hey, vav, we're going through the Aleph base here. Hey, vav, nothing to do. We're not going to darshan anything on hey and vav. Oh man, the famous. I knew they're going to start playing that song, Aleph base gimel. It's not my favorite song. It's not my favorite song. It's on the screen. Yeah, I don't like it. Aleph base, it's not my thing. He has better songs than that. Shweki. Hey vav zeshmoy shalkosh baruch hu, no drasha. Zayin ches tes yud chaf lamed. Look at that. We're going through zayin ches tes yud chaf lamed. V'emat ha'isakain. You give tzedakah. You learn Torah. Hakadosh baruch hu zon zayin. He's gonna take care of you. Zon oischa v'chon oischa gives you chen. Umeitiv l'cha, the tests. He's going to do good for you. V'noisen l'cha Yerusha. He's going to give you an inheritance. V'kosh l'cha keser. He's going to give you a crown. Chaf. La'olam haba, the lamed. What do you do with the mem? Mem psucha, mem stuma. There's an open mem like we just discussed in the closed mem. Mamar pasuach, mamar, sasum. There's some Torah that you could talk about. And this Torah, for instance, like I know a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to tell you guys about. Maimer Sasum. Rashi says like Maisim Kava. Nun kfufa, nun pshuta. You have the regular nun and the long nun. Neman kafuf. If you are humble and you bend over with humility, neman pasha, then olam haba, you're going to stand up straight and have gaiva. Not gaiva, but you're going to feel good. It's going to be great. Samachayin. What do you do with samachayin? Smoich anim. Support the anim. The Marsha says here, smoich anim is the concept without money. Giving them verbal support. We had once in brachas, I think, that you get like 6 brachas for tzedakah, but 11 for just supporting the ani. Giving him Baba Basra. Thank you, Baba Basra. Thank you. I only learned Baba Basra 20 times, and I don't remember a word. Lashon acher, simonim aseh b'Torah. This is the simonim. You know, you have to do. You have to make certain simonim so you can remember different dapim, different gemaras, different songs that the Tanaim had. But ukneisa, that's how you. There's actually like a website. The guy does a lot of simonim and a house and a camel flying over the house. He incorporates the daf into simonim. I think it's even called simonim or something. I don't remember. Pei, kfufa, pei pshuta. You have the pei, the famous pei in the middle of the word, in the beginning of the word, and then you have a long pei. Pei pasuach pesasam. Sometimes you're supposed to speak. Sometimes you have to keep quiet. Tzadi kfufa v'tzadi pshuta. Regular tzadi and a long tzadi. Why do we call it tzadik? I don't know, the Ashkenazim. Tzadik, kafov, tzadik, pashut. Okay, so again, bending over with humility, then you'll stand up in Olam Haba. Hainu ne'eman kafov. That's the same exact thing what we say with the nun. Ne'eman pashut. No, you should be extra humble. When you tremble, your head shakes from humility. That's when you get the Torah. Kuf. Kuf represents Kadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Reish represents Russia. The kuf reish. Why is a kuf? In other words, Rashi points out the kuf is not looking away from the reish. The reish is looking away from the kuf, but we're talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu here. So it's like a lashon, a private lashon. Like the reish is looking away. You don't see a reish is looking away from Hashem. Hashem is looking away from him. Hashem doesn't want to look at him. All these tzaddikim never looked at Rishayim, never looked at Goyim. Whatever, you don't look. I can't look at a Russia. You don't look at a Russia. My time in Mahajr, I can't believe it. Noam knows what I'm talking about. I was by Rav yesterday, and somebody said he can't look at one of the. He's not going to look at the other guy. He's a Russia. He's not looking at him. No one was with me. We're looking at each other. What? Not looking at another from. That guy's a Russia. Not looking at him. Oh my gosh, Baruch Hu. Why is on top of a kuf, there's a little tag like this. This is a tag, a single one. On a kuf, there's only one. Why does it go towards the reish? Omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Im chayzer bo, if this guy does tshuva, ani koishaloi keser kemoisi. Listen to this. If you have a fight with a friend, and you make up, it's usually not the same. It never gets back to 100%. Over here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, not only am I moichel this person, I'm going to give him the same crown like I have. I'm going to make him equal. My time I carry the kuf tluya. Why does a kuf have a leg that just hangs? The hadabei la'ayil v'leil b'hach. If he does tshuva, that's how he could climb up. And if you notice, look, the kuf's leg is very long. It's not like a hay. Even if a guy goes down, this is Tam, and I saw in Drusher's Gaiva Delio, the Lud, my sefer. Yeah. Long kuf, all the way in the. It goes deep. Even if you go deep, you can still climb all the way up. What? What? The long nun? What? Oh, with Gaiva Delio? How do I explain it? Good kasha. Teiku. The Yohadar Bey. Right. Tishmi Taris Kushi. Shiyav Elio. He'll be explained to you. The Yohadar Bey. L'ayel v'leil b'hach. Misayel el Rish Lakish. Dam Rish Lakish. Ma'id chsiv. It says in the pasuk. In la leitzim uyolet. A let. V'la anovim yitin chen. We already had this pasuk. We once gave beautiful drushes on it. Anovim yitin chen. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to give the person who's the son of chen. Balitama. A person wants to do an aveira. Poischim loy. This guy's mama should learn the whole daf on the screen. If he wants to do an avera, no, you can come in, do an avera, we'll let you. But l'taher, a person wants to do tshuva, he wants to be close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Messiah, to help him out. Shin, what's a shin? Sheker. Points out Rashi that the word sheker is based on the 3 last letters of the Aleph Beis. Kuf, Reish, Shin, Sheker, the end. Tov, huh? No. Yeah? You're right. The Gemara says it. Sorry. Shin, stop it. It's not in your heart slightly. Tov, Emes. Emes. So you have the Aleph in the beginning, the Tov at the end, and the Mem. All these mistakes are Rashis that are Mefurish Gemaras. Right? So the Emes is the first letter, Tov is the last letter, Mem is the center. My time is Sheker, Mekarva Milei. Why is the word Sheker, the letters are close? Emes Meracha Kamilei. Shikra Shchiach, Kushtal Shchiach. It's very hard to find somebody that says the truth. My time is Shikra Achada Karikoi. The word Sheker only has, the shin is a point. Like if you look at your tefillin, if you're Ashkenazi, you have a point in the bottom of the shin. What's interesting is that the Svardim have a flatter shin, right? And the Ram points out that it's a raya from this Gemara that you shouldn't do it like that. Whatever, the Svardim have it.
Take one little aleph away from Emes, left with mace.
One little aleph from Emes is a mace. Oh. Sheker ein lo raglayim. It doesn't have feet. Ve'emes milabein lubune, but the word emes is on bricks. It's like flat. The aleph has 2 things. The mem is a nice long flat letter. The taf is 2. Stands strong. Kush tekoi, shikr lekoi. The truth lasts. Sheker has no raglayim. Says the Gemara Atbash. This is the Tinoika still talking. They said, let's go to Atbash. Abash, as we know, I couldn't get it all, and it's small. The aleph goes together with the taf. The beginning of the aleph base and the end of the aleph base go together. So aleph, taf, beis, shin, gimel, reish. Says the Gemara. Oisi tiev. That's the aleph of oisi tiev is the taf. Esaveloi. If he is discussing with me, says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I should love him. Bash. What do I do with beis, shin? Biloi chashak, he has no desire for me. Shmi yachol alav, my name should be on him. Gimel reish, gufay timei, arachim alav, the reish is in the arachim. Gimel reish, I should have rachmanis on him. Dal kuf, he was matam his body, I should have rachmanis on him. Dal kuf, right over here, dal kuf. What comes after the words? Hate tzaddik, but we're not going to do hate tzaddik. Dal soisi noal, he locked the doors. Karnav lo yagadea, I shouldn't rip out his horns. I shouldn't take away his pride. Ad kan midas rishoyim. That's it. This is how the rishoyim with darshan rishoyim. Ava midas, the kids are talking. Ava midas tzadikim ad bash. Now we're actually going to go through the whole aleph base here. The whole aleph. Im ato boish aleph tov beis shin aleph tov beis shin. If you have humility, gardak. What does that mean? Then you have gimel reish dal kof. Im ato oisekein gur bedoik, you could live, gur, to live in the Shemayim, hatzvav, chatzitzo, now we're switching the ches for hey because they're interchangeable. Chatzitzo, havi, the vav, beincho lo af. There's going to be a mechitza between you and my anger. Zachas tan, zayin ayin ches samach, tov, tesnun. Here's the zayin, mizdazeya, tremble minas soton. Over here we're switching back the ches to a hey. Instead of calling it a chas soton, it's has soton. So we got it back. We got that hey that we switched to ches. We're now switching the ches to hey. Has soton. You're not going to tremble from the soton. Yam kol, yud mem, kaf lamed. The ocean wants everything. Omer sar shel gehenim l'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Sire of Gehenim tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Liyam kol, I want everybody. I'm hungry. I need to eat. Give me some food. Give me some humans. I want the Jews. Omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, achas b'tag gif. So now, it's in the Gishmaka language. Rashi says, this is in Sefer Yetzirah. This is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. Aleph Beis Gimel Daled Zayin. It's 3 rows. You break up the Aleph Beis. The only problem is when you break up 22 into 3, you're left over with one, which the Gemara is going to use at the end as the word Sheis. It's a word, Sheis, the son of Noach. So, Achas B'ta Gif. These are 3 words. What does it mean? Huh? Adam Sheis. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Adam, not, yeah. Shkoyach. Somebody's paying attention. Shkoyach for coming, by the way. Achas B'ta Gif. Anichos Aleim. I have Rachmanos on Klal Yisrael Bnei Sheboatu Begif. A gif is arayis, niyuf. They kicked it away. The chatz. What does the chatz mean? Here, the 4th word, the chatz. Dakim heim, they are clean. Kainim heim, they're upright. Tzadikim heim, the tzadikim. Halak, 5th word. Ein lecha chelek bohem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Gehenim, you have nothing to do with these Jews. You can't get them. Umar zon sheis. So he takes this whole word, he goes like this. Umar zon sheis. You see? Umar zon sheis. That what? Omar Gehenim lefanov. Rebbeinu Shalom, Mari, my master, Zenuni Mizaroi, I'm starving. Give me some food. Mizaroi Shal Sheis, give me some of these Jews. Omar Lei, Al Bam Gan Das. So now we're next to the next secret Aleph Beis. It's called Al Bam. You take 2 rows. You go all the way down to Chaf, and you start again from Lamed. So what do you have? Al, Bam, Gan, Das, Ha, Vav, Zatz. Rabbi say, like I said, this is there must be something deeper here than what we think we understand. Al, Bam, Gan, Das, Lahechon Oilichen, Legan Hadas. Oilichem, Legan Das. Gan Eden. Ha, Vav. Here he says, Daddy, I'm starving, feed me, give me dinner. Give me some bodies. I need some Jews. Zaschak, Halalu Zaroi. Here's the Zayin, Shel Yitzchok, the Ches. Taryash Kas, Tesreish, Yutshin, and then we're final, Chaf Tov. Toir, wait. You're hungry? Dinner's not served yet, soon. Yeshli kitois shel oivdei kechavim, people that worship avodah zarah shanoisen lecha, and that's the end of the drushes of the kids. Daf Kuf Daled Amud Beis. With 12 minutes to spare, unbelievable. Says the Mishnah, as we said before, that in order to be chayav on Shabbos, you have to write 2 letters in one awareness. This is an introduction to the Mishnah. Chayav. Chasa b'dyoy, as the Gemara is going to say, and Rabbi Schoenberg sent me a long email. Chaval that you guys don't see this stuff. Maybe somebody should post it. He wrote a beautiful article about the dyoy, and if you remember, we had the other sugya dyoy, and he brought the dyoy and all that stuff. He's a pro in this stuff. The dyoy is like a yellow pigment. Besam is dyoy is black. Besam is like yellow. Besikra is red. Bekoimos is resin. He says, Rabbi Schoenberg says it's blue crystal something sulfate. What? No, it wasn't copper. It's something else. Ferrous. Blue crystal ferrous sulfate. Thank you. How do you know that? Jonathan Stefansky. If one Stefansky doesn't know, the other one steps in. Blue crystal ferrous sulfate. I think the article says a little differently, maybe like what you were saying. He used to say, you stole from the art scroll. He's mechulik on the art scroll. I go with Rabbi Schoenberg. With choldavar shu roishim, and anything that could leave a mark. Ashnei kosli zaviyos. So if you write it in the 2 corners of a wall, you could read it nicely in the corner. 1 letter here, 1 letter there. Vashnei levachei pinkas or luchei pinchas. I like luchei better. Luchei pinkas. On 2 tablets. Like a notebook, but in those days there was like heavy stuff, it was like wood. They would write on some wax or whatever it was on a pinkas. But you could read it straight from page to page, like an open Gemara. You write it here, you write it there. They negin, and you could read it, zemzeh chayav, then you're chayav. Hakoisav al besaroi. Should I just read from there? I'm not trying to. The poor guy, he's going from word to word, literally. Unbelievable. Okay. Are you understanding the Gemara, Mordechai, or you're focused on the words? It's better. He's focused better, he says.
I can see when you miss a
That's right, and you should point it out. Scream it out from the gallery. Everybody will scream it out. He'll get me good. Don't scream it out. Try it out. Go like this. And like that poor 13-year-old Bakayra in the shul. If you write it on your hand, on your skin, you're chayav. You like get it in there, like you scratch it into your basar. Rabbi Lezer mechayav chatos. Rashi says with lime. Rabbi Lezer says chatos. Chacham poitrim. It's not the way to do it. Kosav emashkin. You take water, you start writing. It's not going to last. But peiros, juices, bavak drochim. Like on a car, you write clean me. Bavak hasoifrim. The leftover dust that's in the bottom of the ink can, the ink jar. Ubechol davar sheinim miskayim. Anything that's not going to last, potter. Lachar yodoi.
Invisible ink. You write it in
Yeah, or like when you're a child, you take on the window. There's that moisture, and you start writing stuff. It's going to disappear. Lachar yodoi. You do it backwards. Your hand is upside down. Biragloi, bepiv, umarpekoi. Over here he says marpekoi, like his elbow. We had the shaila, what it means. What if, here, the whole page is written and you add one letter. Continue the line. So now it means something. Uksav agabiksav. So, no, Rabbi, so what do you guys think? You wrote already the word, you wrote Shem Hashem, you had no idea what you were doing. You're spacing out, you wrote Shem Hashem, apostle. Then you go and you write over it. Is that writing over it considered writing or not? Says the Mishnah, Uksav agabiksav. No, that's not considered writing. Niskav, but we're going to see machlokes in it. Niskav and lichtov ches v'kosav beis zaynim. How do you write a ches? It's actually 2 zayin with a roof. So he wanted to write a ches, which is 1 letter. And he ended up writing 2 letters, which is asur midaraisa. But that's not what he wanted. He just missed that roof. He's not chayiv. Achas ba'aretz v'achas b'koira, on the ground and on the wall. Kosav al beis, kosle abayis, or 2 different walls. Ashnei dape pinkos, on the 2 parts of. No. So now, before we were saying pinkos, is this here. Shtei dape pinkos, yeah? 2 pages. Well, in those days they had a pinkos, it was a luchas. Now the Mishnah is saying something else. In a Sefer Torah, it's like this. Well, I don't have a good picture, but you know what it looks like a Sefer Torah. You have the columns. So if you wrote on column 1 and column 3, and there's a whole column in between, you can't read it. You have to cut out the middle column. Cutting out a column is not an option right now in Shabbos. That's already a malacha. Anytime you have to do something to read it, that's not considered reading. Since all these things you can't read them together, potter. You wrote Reb somebody, so it's a R and apostrophe. 1 letter, but it means a whole word. There's a beautiful Tosfos on Daf Kuv Gimel Amud Beis, the top Tosfos, and over there he says that according to Chachamim in our Mishnah, if a person wrote Aleph, Taf, Lamed, and Im Timtza Loimar, what's another good one? Kamash Malon, Kuf Mem Lamed, not Chayiv. Even though it means 3 words, not Chayiv. 2 or 3 letters with a Rosh Tevis, not Chayiv. Says the Gemara, Diyoisa, it's black. Sam, Sama, it's yellow. In other words, you're using different colors for different letters. Sikra, red. Rabbi Shomer is going crazy now. I'm reading it like he has a 14-page essay on this, and Sam, yellow, fine. Where is he? I don't see him. Oh, he's waving. Shalom Aleichem, Reb Schoenberg. Kaima, it's like gum. It's a shoemaker's black. So over here, I saw Rabbi Shomer had a pshat that Tosfos has a kasha. You see, it means something else. So he's saying no. It's really no machlokes Rashi and Tosfos. That in fact, the way the shoemaker's black worked was that they would take a white hide that was tanned and whatever, and when you put the shoemaker's black on it, the color, it's not black. The shoemaker's black is not black, but it pops up. Something like that you said, right? Yeah, okay, something like that. Shoemaker's black. Ubechol davar shu roishim, anything that leaves a mark, lasui mai, or chol davar, lasui ha, the Talmud Reb Chanina, ksove b'mei tarya. You wrote a get. We're talking about a get. You have to write a get on something that stays for a long time. The woman could prove it. The paper has to be good paper. The ink has to be good ink. What if you took dirty rainwater? Bimei tarya, vapza, gallnuts. Right over here, if you want to, something like this. Kosher. You wrote the get, ba'avar with lead, bishchar with charcoal, ubeshichar, shoemaker. Here again, Rataisis, shoemaker's black. Kosher. Hamisar dal bisaroi. Rabbi Sai, one of the best lines in all of Shas, coming up. Get ready. Hamisar dal bisaroi. Tanya Omer Lem Rebbe Lezer Chachamim. Valoi, why are you telling me that scratching your skin, writing on your skin is nothing? Valoi ben stada, hoitzik shafim mitzrayim. There's a guy that took out, they had these spells in Mitzrayim, and anybody that walked out today, it's drugs. They check you for drugs. In those days, they checked you for spells. They didn't want the world to know about their kishuf, so they opened up your suitcase, made sure. So this guy's a chacham. Like today, where do you put the drugs? You put in place, he wrote it on his body. He scraped it, he scratched it into his body. Lachshav. I'll tell you after shir. Right, so the Taisus points it's not Yashka. It's in the time of Rebbe Kiva, so it can't be Yashka. Fine. So, says the Gemara, Amrullah, Rabbi said, remember this line forever. Shaita haya. Vei mevim rayim en ha-shaitim. Why is it shaita? Because he risked his life to take out the spell. If they would have undressed him, they would have killed him on the spot. Not that he was deranged. He did a mice of shtos. Shaita haya. Ein mevim rayim en ha-shaitim. To be used every day, Rabbi say, in different situations. Ein mevim rayim en ha-shaitim. You can't prove anything from a shaita. Kosav oisachas somach l'ksav. That was this case right over here, that he wrote a letter right next to the end of the page. He added, Mantana, I love this kasha. Mantana, who is it? Omar Rabbi Baravuna, Omar Rabbi Baravuna. Deloiker Rebbe Lezer. I want to know who it is. I'll tell you who it's not. The Rebbe Lezer, Omar Achas ala Oreg Chayav. Rebbe Lezer says even one letter. So one should be Chayav over here because you finished it off. If you, as we'll see, Kosav agabi ksav agabi ksav. Mantana, if you write on top of another writing, it's already written. Omar Achis Deloiker Rebbe Yehuda. This doesn't go like this. The Sanya Harei Shoyed Tzarech Lichlis Hashem. He had to write Hashem's name. He's a cipher. I could set this up because in the beginning I had trouble understanding this, but it makes a lot of sense to me now. You're a cipher. You don't know what you're writing. You look at the Chumash. I have to write over here a word. Okay, you take the word, you start writing. Now, if you have a shtickle ADD or whatever, so you didn't look 100% clearly at the word, you thought you're writing down Yehuda. So you start writing Yehuda. Now, as you're capping from the Chumash, you skip over the Dalet because the Chumash doesn't say Dalet. Hashem's name is the word Yehuda without a Dalet. So when you started writing the word, you thought you were writing Yehuda. In fact, you were writing Hashem's name, but you had no idea. I'm just explaining how you had no idea. It's not that you're Meshuggah, the worst cipher in the world. No, you actually thought that you're copying over and you're looking, and you wrote Hashem's name. You ended up writing Hashem's name like you were supposed to, but you thought the entire time you were writing Yehuda with a Dalet. I can't miss a word here. Rebuta says all you have to do is, since it's not a good Sefer Torah, you didn't write Hashem's name with Kavanah, just take the ink and go over it one more time. So what do you see from here? That taking ink and going over a word that exists already is considered writing. But what does the Mishnah say? The Mishnah says if you do that, Ksav agabi ksav, a second layer of Ksav is not considered anything. It's already there. It's okay, but it's not l'chatchila. Tana ksav kosav ois achas v'shnim l'sefer, says Rashi. We're talking about the Tanakh here, because other svarim, if they're missing one letter, nothing happened. Every sefer is missing a letter, but in a Sefer Torah, in Nevi'im, Ksuvim, if you're missing one letter, it's puzzle. So by me adding that one letter on Shabbos, I just took a Sefer Torah that's puzzle and I made it kosher. I did the finishing touch, not a makeh b'patish, but the final orig chayav. Mantana Amar Rava Baravuna Rebbe Lezer the Amar Achas ala orig chayav. Even one stitch, one thread. Ravashi Amar Afilu Temer Rabbanon lahashlim shani. Rabbanan will also be moida. They're only mechulek when you start it out. One thread is nothing. But to finish it off, now you have a beged with that one thread. Great. I see the olam on this side of the room loves the screen. They're not even looking at the Gemaras. They're going to stop bringing Gemaras. Save a lot of money. We don't have to buy Gemaras. What? It's clearer to look at. But that's only if you sit on the second table. What about the guys in the back? Yisrael Meir says also. Okay. It's a bunch of people like this. And then also we'll have Coca-Cola pop up and this. It'll be but subconscious. You won't see it. It'll be a quick flash, like the subconscious one. Subliminal. It's really Bornstein, Torah kind of advertisements. I feel that Merabbanan Lashim Shani. Omer Abami. We'll just do this real quickly. 3 more lines. Omer Abami. Kosav Oisachas B'Tveria. Guy was very busy on Shabbos. He wrote one letter in this city. Vachas B'Tzipayir went to another city, wrote a second one. Is that any different than writing it on 2 pages? On a 3rd page? On a 3rd page it says apostle. Says the Gemara, no, it's a big difference. Over here it's kosher. Chayev. Ksivahi. El Shem Chusa Kriva. All I need to do is bring that to over here. But I don't have to do malacha. I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to break anything. I just have to bring it. Bringing is not a malacha. In other words, if I have it over here and over here, I said it goes together. It's this. And if it's over here, I bring it closer. And if it's a block away, and if it's a city away. In other words, distance is not a malacha. If you can't read it, Potter. Over there, I have to do something. I have to cut out a page. I don't have to do anything. I just have to get it. Have a wonderful geschmack day, Rabbi Isai. Yeah.